There's Paola. And get everyone else. Zen, there we go. There's Liliana. All right, so here's everyone coming in. Greg. Okay. So welcome. Hello, everyone who's at home. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, good. And I can hear you. Good. That's good. So I was beginning to tell people here, I recalibrated the assignments again, but this is the last time I can do that because basically quite a few of you guys didn't complete the textbook project, or at least didn't like resubmit it and keep working on it. So because everything got pushed back because of the whole complicated beginning that we had, I pushed this one assignment back, and today we're supposed to finish it before class. And then for next week, we had the 2 SAM assignments. And so today I was going to work on module 2. But what I'm going to do instead is we're going to keep working on this textbook assignment during the lab time, and or the 2 SAM projects, right? So that you guys are clear and complete on what has to happen, and then we'll do module 2 next week. But then after that, we will have to have 3 assignments every week. Like there's no more time that I can eke out for the class. So anyway, I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to put this document in here. Let me move this over. Right, so I'm going to move this over because I'm seeing you on this monitor, but this one's pointed in that direction. Yeah. Can you kind of see me? There you go. I'm gonna be looking. Oh, I can move it. There, now I'm looking like I'm looking at you. Okay, that's a bit better. I have requested for people to fix this light, but nothing has happened yet, so need to see when, but it's weird. I'm showing them the pictures and I'm saying, look, you guys, everyone's just seeing a black face, but they're not coming to fix it yet. Not you guys who can see me, but people on screen. Anyway, we'll see when it gets done. So, although it seems like things are going slowly, today you had 2 assignments. You had the exam and you had the first module. And even then, a lot of you guys didn't work on the first module. So I'm giving you 1 more week to get all of the first module done, to make sure you know how to do it, how to get your reports, how to make your corrections, because that's kind of knowing how to use the process, Cengage, in the system. After that, I'll consider that you know the system, and then it's just learning the new skills. Okay, so here's the hold on. Here's my here it went. So I'm going to open up the PowerPoint, although at this point it's basically me, yeah. Am I giving you? I hate when this computer. Okay, here it is in the downloads. Oh, I had downloaded, it just wasn't opening up. So let me share this window. All right, so basically I just changed this. So today you were supposed to have the computer concepts exam, which is over after 5:30. So if you did or didn't do it, that's fine. There's 2 people who hadn't taken it yet. So I need to, if that's one of you guys, please talk to me at the end and see what's happening. That said, I'm not going to open that exam for you again, but you can take it in week 14. Okay. So I'm not going to say we didn't do it, but if someone here hasn't done it, you still have 1 more chance for that on week 14. And if you don't like the grade you got, which by the way, most of you did really well. I think I scared you too much with it or something, but that some of you didn't take it, but on the other hand, those of you who took it really did study because you did pretty well. But if you don't like your grade, you can take it again in week 14. And then for today, you had to finish the Word module 1. And so that's what I've changed. I have set it up so that, what's the next one? I have moved this assignment to tonight, 9:30 p.m. So basically, it's not like I'm moving it for a week, but I will be here until 9:35. The class finishes by 9:30. If anyone wants to keep submitting, keep making corrections, if you've already done that and you're happy with your grade, then work on the assignments that are due next week and work on them during lab time, okay? But there's enough of you that didn't complete the first one by the last time I checked was 4:30 today. Maybe you kept finishing up in the last half hour, but yeah, so I'm gonna do that. And then the next 2 projects are gonna be very similar. So the SAM projects go much faster than the textbook project. The textbook project for some of you guys might have taken you 20 minutes, for some of you might have taken you, 6 hours. Who knows? It depends on your experience and how easy or hard it was for you to follow the instructions. So I'd like to let you know that that's how it's going to be. The textbook project is always going to take quite a while because it's many pages of instructions. And then the 2 SAM projects, which are what are coming up for next week, are kind of repetitions of the first one, but with a different flyer. You'll make 2 other flyers with different kind of formatting requests. And you won't have to start from 0. Like for the most part, a lot of the material will be written for you and you just need to do all the formatting. Okay, so the download file that you download will already have material on it for the SAM projects. Okay, and so it's just practicing the skills that you had to use for the first time in the original assignment. Now, some of you had to leave last week during the presentation during the lab time when I was showing things in Word. So if there was anything that you did for this assignment that you did just because the book said click here, but you didn't understand what or why, mainly the why, then please ask me, because I wouldn't know what was easy or hard for you. And what I don't want you to do is to just do it because the book said to do it, something happened and, great, you got a good grade. But if you don't know what you did or why you did it, when you want to do it for yourselves, you won't know how to repeat that. You see what I'm trying to say? And yes, you probably want the grade because, you're students, you want to get a good grade. But most importantly would be, can you do this yourself? Can you format something on your own if you need to do it without having the book showing you where to click? You know what I mean? So I'm happy, like I was explaining themes. Themes is something that I explained last week, but if you just do it and follow the instructions, you probably got it right. But understanding why or how come, that's the kind of thing that I want you guys to ask me and say, well, what's this thing that we did here? And what was the point? And I'm happy to explain. Does that make sense? I really want you guys to learn the bit that we do of each program to really understand it and feel comfortable. We're going to be using styles next class. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff that between the first module and the second module of Word, if you guys practice it and are comfortable with what we did enough, you should be able to format any document pretty easily and make it look good because you will have learned the skills which have to do with formatting. What you did in this assignment was follow bit by bit, put 2 words, format it, put 2 more words, format it, put 3 more words, format it. But a lot of the times what you'll get is a document that's already written, or maybe you just wrote a whole essay without thinking about the formatting, and then you make it look good. But ideally, by the end of these 2 modules, you'll understand that you can preset all of the settings, the styles, the formatting, the paragraphs at the beginning, and then you just start writing it. It all just kind of comes out looking great if you use the formatting kind of from scratch, and it's just much easier, right, than to have to then go back and correct and edit it. So that's the goal of these 2 modules, is to really understand formatting. Once you know formatting in Word, you can apply that to formatting in anything, right? Because in Excel, we're going to learn more about a whole bunch of other stuff that Excel can do, but the same things you're wording here in Word, you can apply then in formatting. The styles that you learn in Word, you can apply to Excel. It all kind of carries itself, like the basic stuff was being learned here in Word, but then everything you do here, the word art, all that stuff, you can do in Excel and PowerPoint. You know what I mean? So it kind of goes with you. And as you keep learning more, you can go back always to what you learned in the prior or previous program and apply it in the next few, because they all kind of operate on the same thing, and particularly with the whole formatting. All right. So anyway, my goal today during lab time is that you guys, if you've already done them and submitted them to work on the SAMs, and if you submitted them, but you didn't get the highest grade and you want a little bit higher, that means there's something more to correct, to learn how to look at those corrections and how to do them. Okay. So that's what we're going to do today during lab time. We'll work on them. Today you have to submit by 9:30 the Word Module 1 textbook project, no matter what, it has to be done. And then you can start working on the SAM projects for those who, are ready. I do want you guys to check your grades, because I did finally grade everything. Like, I had the grades set up, but I finally transferred them to Canvas because now the grades are finally working. As of last week, everything is transferring. I want to make sure that it is transferring. What I didn't put is the comments. Usually I make all these comments on your assignments and whatnot, but at this point, I usually participate in all the discussions and stuff. I just gave you the guys the grade. Please go to your grades and check that the grades are there. And if something has not transferred, please let me know. All right. So I'm going to leave right now and have you guys go into your Canvas, and I want you guys to look at your grades. So go over here to your grades icon right there. And that's the only thing I can't do, because I don't have, if I show you the grades, you would see everyone's grades, and I can't do. But if you go in here into the grades icon right there, you should be able to see your grades. Okay. Which should look like this, and you should have your grades. And if it says missing, it's because you didn't do the assignment, and you need to call me over, and I need to tell you, because a few of you guys have some assignments missing, and that means that there's something you didn't do yet. Other than that, you should have, I don't have grades because I didn't grade myself, but you should be having your grades set up. Okay. So is everyone okay with that? You all see your grades? They're all in, nothing's missing, no questions. So at the top over here, at the top right, you should be seeing your total of how you're doing with your grades. If you click on show the details, it'll give you an assignment. It'll show you how you're doing and based on what. Yeah, so there we go. The assignments that are not due yet. So say that you didn't submit today's assignment. Since now I've changed the assignment and it's not due till 9:30, you won't get like a correct total until after 9:30, where it'll calculate whether you have submitted it or not, right? So that one still isn't in the picture. All right. Any questions, you guys from home? Everything fine with the grades? Not hearing anything to say.
Yes, yes.
All is good. I need to clean your
Yes,
hands.
I found all my grades.
Yes, it's
Okay,
good.
Susanna, Gregory, Liliana, you all have your grades there? All is good?
Yes.
Okay, nothing's missing, nothing's wrong, nothing's. If you have any questions about it, ask me during lab one-on-one. It's not like now you need to tell me whatever issues you have or not, or your grades. But at this point, it's basically, it's yay or nay if you did it. Okay, cool. So then,
Ask the kids to put me on reward system.
what's that?
I'm making a joke that I should ask my kids now.
Put you on,
Put me on the reward system.
because you did your assignments. I know, right? It's like, come on, if I did them, I want whatever. The candy, the $2, whatever you get for doing your assignments. I have like 2 kids, and my first kid was the kind that just did everything on his own. No, we didn't have to follow through with him. He was just like, and so we're like, oh, we're such great parents, Yeah, we just taught our kid to do things well, and he's responsible. And then we had the second kid, and it showed us that it was all about him and nothing to do with us. Because with the second one, we're always like, did you do your homework? So yeah, it's if you ever thought you were doing it great, the second kid will show you the truth of it. All right, so, yeah,
And the third just goes with the flow.
the grades. Okay, let me head over here for a second. Okay, so let's scroll down a little bit. Oh yeah, you're not getting the sidebar.
Huh?
You're missing the sidebar here. Go up, 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 up. No, like to the very top, to the beginning of this page. Oh, you're missing the sidebar. How weird. Let me just give it a try.
Oh,
Maybe
weird,
it's because you made it smaller? No.
yeah,
Where's your sidebar here? How funny.
yeah, see,
Why don't you have your? Let's close one. Why would you not have your sidebar? Oh, there we go. This was
Oh.
closed. If you open it, then you have your sidebar right there. And
Oh,
so then
okay.
there's your grades. Okay, so click on that too.
okay.
All right. Okay, all right, so then you go ahead and check your grades and tell me if you have questions, and if anything's missing, we need to deal with that. All right. So the assignments that, other than working on the first module, the assignments that are due are Word Module 1, SAM Project 1A, and Word Module 2, SAM Project 1B. Okay, so that's how they're called. And in your comp folders, when you make them, put them inside of, Module 1 inside of Word, because it's all part of Module 1. And there's basically, it's 2 more flyers. So when you click on them, you'll go to the good old, load the project. You'll go over here and you'll start it. So there's almost no difference with anything we've done, except for the fact that you also download the instructions instead of looking from the textbook. So it's kind of like that first one we did where you had to say hello, that little instruction sheet. So you're going to download something that looks like this time. Okay. So you're going to have just the instructions. That's it. And hold on. It'll just have step by step. So it won't show you anymore. It'll say things like, change the document to a certain theme, make it centered, put a certain border, add the, it'll just give you the instruction. So it's up to you to do it. And if you don't remember how to do it, then you have to kind of go back to the book and see how it was done for the first one, or go to the training and see how it was done either way. So those are the instructions all the way there. And then the last page is showing you what it needs to look like. Okay. So basically,
Are we
yeah, just
supposed to
kinda-
see
that's what
okay.
like your final figure, this is what it should look like. So if anything is not looking like this, when you're done, you know that something's missing or something's wrong, and keep working until you can get it. But the instructions will be just like italicize the next step, or format the paragraph with center the paragraph, dark red accent lighter 80. So that's kind of like the shading you use for the paragraph. And you're like, how was I supposed to shade the paragraph? It's not the same as highlighting. Oh, I don't remember. Okay, go check on when you shaded the paragraph last time. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's how this assignment is going to be. It's going to give you at the very end a name. And then
showing in the screen.
Yes, Paola, you have a question?
Yeah, I don't think it's showing the what you're showing in the board. Or are we supposed to see something on our screen?
You should. Let me see what screen is being shared.
And
You're right.
Inbox.
It was the wrong screen being shared. Can you see it now?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Thank you, Paola. So this is what you're going to download. It's going to look like this. It's going to be a 3-page document. Of course, you won't see the 3 at once. You'll see this and this and that. And then I was kind of zooming into it a little bit to show you that the way it's going to come, it's just going to say, okay, open, always download the file, start with the downloaded file, never start with a blank one. But in this case, you'll see that a lot of the text is written for you. All you need to do is the formatting. So it'll say, change the theme, make the colors a certain color, make it narrow, put such, so it's basically step by step by step of everything you have to do. It's 15 steps, but you don't get the picture showing you how to do it. Okay. So it's practice of everything we did already. That's all that you're being asked to do. There's nothing new. It's just asked in a different way, or you might have to do something different to it. And then if you go to the page 3 of this thing that you're gonna download, that is showing you what it's supposed to look like. So that's gonna be what you compare to, okay? Those are the effects you'll put on the picture. That's the picture. You're gonna download this picture and a logo, and these are the borders, et cetera, et cetera. All right? So that's, once you're done, so this is like SAM project 1A. You go back and you click again on the start file and you go, and you go back to this page. And you drag it up here, make sure it has the right name. And don't forget to submit. That happened this week, that people thought that they weren't, that, you know, you just upload it. Once you upload it, you don't get anything here. You need to also hit the word submit. Then you'll get the reports, okay? All right, and then over here, don't forget to change the last name to whatever it's asking you to change it for. All right, I think this is all just step by step of what I just showed you. I think you already understood because of the first example that you had today, that Sam is very, very, I call it persnickety, very careful with, you know, any little mistake, anything that you're not doing, it shows up wrong.
So this is not in this book.
No, this is in Canvas. You're gonna go to Canvas, you're gonna open Canvas. You're gonna go to Canvas, and I like checking just from the syllabus because the assignment is there that's due. So you go to the syllabus, scroll down, and here you'll have what's due, and it'll say that it's due here, Word Module 1. Okay, so this one today is still due today, but it's due at 9:30. But this one is due next week, so I'm going to leave student view, because if I have it on student view, it doesn't give me the assignment. So you'll go over here, you'll click on this one, Word Module 1A. You'll open this one. It's going to take you over to Cengage. You'll open Cengage. And this is the page that shows up differently for me than for you. You have the start window there, and you have to hit start, and then you can download. For me, it comes like this way. So this is my start file, and this is my support file. You guys will download these two in your format. It's different than the format that I have. You'll download these two, okay? And then one of those is your your instructions. This time you'll have the instructions. So this is the first file you need to open. This is the image that you're going to work with. And then this is the actual instructions. So we'll hit over here, and in your downloads, you have the instructions, the start blank file, and the support file, which is always an image. In this case, it's a PNG. So I'm going to double click on the instructions, and here we go. This is the assignment. And as I said, you'll scroll down, you're going to begin the projects, there you go, there you go. And at the last page, it's showing you what's, it's stuck there thinking, but the last page is showing you when it stops thinking, it'll show you what. Hello. It's the end of the day. Computer's tired. Anyway, there you go. That's what you need to do. So you'll open the beginning file, what we call the blank file, except for this type, it's not blank, because when you open it, it already will look like. Oh, I'm gonna go make a tea. I don't know why it's taking so long, but sometimes when I'm on Zoom, this room must have a really slow connection, because look at that, it's taking forever. Let me actually stop my share for a minute until it starts up. Many times when I'm sharing, things don't happen.
It's showing something different on my computer. It says the assignment is not available to one of the following reasons. The available date has not arrived yet. All available attempts have been submitted, or the time limit has expired.
Is anyone else having that? Can you all go see? Because that's not good. go try and download the,
I'll go
download-
and
go
see.
in into the Word project and see if you're having the same problem. I can't do anything yet. My Word is not opening up yet, so let me,
Yes. On mine too.
so let me see. Mine is not even opening. What does it say?
It has the answer was speak other.
Okay, so. I have never had these many Cengage problems, you guys. You know how many times I've used Cengage? This is very frustrating. Okay, give me a second. I'll go into the. I'll go in and see what's happening. It's very frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here. Thanks for saying that, Paola. Everyone, while I get this set up and changed, I'm going into Cengage to see what's happening. If you need to keep working on the textbook one, download it and keep working on it. Please do that while I try to figure out why you guys are not getting this assignment. I thought I was finally done with Cengage problems. Okay. So. Wow. All right, so. What's that? I know, it's crazy, and we're still in trying to get the first module of work running. This Cengage is driving me crazy. I mean, it's not that, we would have been doing it. We're just 1 week behind on assignments. It's not that bad. But usually I have a space between Excel and Access to give you guys kind of a week off, and this time we're just gonna run through that, but. Module 1. All right, give it a try now. Go ahead and go ahead and refresh your page and try to get to it now and tell me what's happening now. Let's see if that works. Is it working? It's working now?
Yes, it's working now.
Okay, so that's crazy. If I open the deadline and don't have it, yeah, I need to. So anyway, I'll go do that on module 2 or not, project SAM 1B. I'll do the same thing. And this is someone, I was on tech support the other day with them and they had me do this. But they didn't know what they were talking about. So can you test if you can download project SAM 1B? Because I just did the same change, just to make sure that both are working.
Yeah, not yet.
No?
Not
Did you refresh?
Yet.
Go ahead and refresh this page. But I just fixed that one.
No, it's not working yet.
Yeah,
Not by me either.
yeah, no, they already told me here it wasn't working, so now I'm making another change. Okay, refresh and try again. Okay, it's available now. I'm gonna have to go, the changes that I just made, I'm gonna have to go do to all the assignments, but other than that, if it's working, it's good. My Word, on the other hand, is completely crashed. My entire computer is just deciding it's not gonna work. And when I try to cancel, it's telling me that it can't cancel. So I'm having an absolute crash going on with Word. How frustrating. All right, well. So be it. I can't share with you guys if I can. So I'm gonna have to restart my computer, but when I restart my computer, I have to disconnect. So let me. Okay. Let me keep sharing this screen with you guys. Because this is partly what was missing. Partly what was missing today in the. All right, so what was missing in the assignments that you guys did is resubmitting. Okay, so I just wanted to remind you how to do that. Once you drop the files and submit, which is what is happening, then you need to make sure that you have the right name or all this kind of stuff, but that's the button you need to press. And then if you have the name, it'll be wrong. But most importantly, you need to check for your reports, and that's how you'll do it. You'll go over here to the graded summary report. That's the part that I saw in the assignments that most people had only submitted once and hadn't kept doing the submissions. Okay, so that's what I want to work on right now for you guys to make sure, because even if this flyer was easy for you and you got an almost perfect grade, if you didn't do the whole submission and reports, because for some people this was easy, for some people it was really complicated. For those of you who it's easy, if you don't practice this, then when it gets to be a complicated assignment on an application you don't know, you might not know this process, okay? And since you can resubmit, I don't think anyone got 100% yet, so you all have the possibility of making at least one more small correction. And then some of you have a lot of corrections, like you got very few points and you have to keep working on it, okay? So whatever way, there's everything in this grade. We've got all levels of grades. What's that?
Some corrections that needed to be made that I would probably never have even like looked at or saw or even had figured it out if it wasn't for Katie.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I
thank
mean,
you
it
for
was
saying that,
so
Christina,
much.
because I told you the experts at the reports and the corrections are Katie and Norma. Because students desperately check in with them all the times, like, I can't figure out how to correct point 10. It just says to do this and I don't know how to do that. And so they know how to work around showing you how to make those corrections. So when I kind of reminded you yesterday, remember you still have Katie and Norma for another day and a half. Do that. Don't just go, well, that's the best I can do. Just check in. Basically from 11 to 8 p.m. every day of the week until Thursday, someone online can help you to figure out the reports, how to make the corrections. Because you might look at it and go, I can't see where the mistake is, because you're learning. You can't tell, but someone is there to tell you how to do it. And if you come in person, Norma is here, and she's helping people on Zoom from here at that same time, but she's also here in person for people who come in person. You've been here in person with her, right? And she's really helpful. And then the rest of the time it's Katie on Zoom. And these women are truly helpful, in particular at this stage, when you have to do this, when you have to understand, what does this mean? The colors should be red, orange, and my colors are red, orange. And then they'll go, well, maybe, and they'll go and help you figure out why it's, maybe you chose orange, red, who knows, right? But they'll be able to notice what's the difference. So the pictures of the car should be 3 inches tall, and you'll look at those, you know, mine is 275 and I can't turn it into 3. Well, how come? Because when I turned it into 2, it goes into 275. You know, they can go in and show you how to put in the numbers so that it turns into 3. You know what I mean? They've done this kind of stuff so many times that they can help you figure out. Maybe you formatted it with gold, but not with a 5-point glow. And so this specifically, the reports to resubmit, is where Norma and Katie shine. All right. So if you haven't yet, please use them. And today I'm here to help you with that, okay? All right, and then you click again and you go back in, and hopefully the second time, instead of 0, like the first time, you're at 75 out of 100, right? And then you have only 1 left, and so on and so forth, and hopefully you'll get to 100. You don't need to get to 100 because of the grade. I want you to get to understand what the corrections are. It's up to you if you get 100 or 75 or whatever you get, that's your choice. But I want you to know what you're correcting, to understand what you're doing. So that's why I give people, in every other class of Comp 101 gives people 3 chances. And I don't get that, because if you get 3 chances, that's the grade you get. Then it's all about grades. For me, it's all about learning. And that's why I don't care if you submit 10 times, and that's the max Cengage allows, or I give you more. Because to me, it's about you learning it. So if you resized it wrong and you submitted it, and whatever grade you get, you stop, you don't learn how to resize. So I don't care. I want you to learn how to resize. Does that make sense? So anyway, that's just my point of view. All right, so my word is still completely crashed.
Diana,
Yes.
you know, if you get it wrong for like copy paste, like question mark. Because my biggest problem was that I couldn't do question mark on my Swedish computer, because we do like shift and 0,
Yeah,
so I didn't have to come here.
we have that in Spanish keyboards, that there's things you don't have. Yeah, that's, you might need to do VDI then. Because in VDI, well, not even, because you'll
Yeah,
have your
VDI.
key, even in V keyboard, you'll have your
Yeah.
keyboard set up for, yeah, your language. Yeah, you might need to do it here,
Yeah.
because, or switch your keyboard just for these assignments, because if you paste anything in, anything you copy paste in, it comes up as a big flag, because it thinks you're copying from someone else's work. So it submits it, it doesn't give you the grade, and it warns me, so-and-so is copying from, they just tell me you're copying. Even if it's an innocent copy paste, because the question mark doesn't exist, it shows up as a flag. Now, if the only problem you have in your whole assignment is that you don't have that question mark, and then suddenly you did everything well, and suddenly you're getting only like 70 points, it's kind of doesn't look like it's fair, right? But that's why at the beginning, we kind of say, the only thing about this class is that there's some computers like Chromebooks that you have some things missing in the Chromebooks. And there's some keyboards, if they're not set up, you have to be able to do the keystrokes. And because if you have to write that in the class, in the exam, it says, write the sentence, how are you doing, question mark, you won't be able to do that, right? So you're going to be stuck there too. And I can't go in and change those grades. I need to know that you know how to do it, because I can't tell when you're doing the exam at home if it's truly copying from someone or you're not, Anyway, if you show me your assignment and show me that the only thing missing is the question mark, I can go in and adjust the grade on your assignments, but I won't be able to do that on the exam, just so you know. My screen share seems to be paused. I'm gonna stop my share. All right, guys, so instead of we're learning about Word Module 2, MLA, which is what we were gonna do, we will complete this work. So if you have it completed and you submitted it enough times that you're happy, remember I have your grades, so I know what your grades are, and I don't think everyone here should be happy yet. Then go ahead and just, go home, do your work. But if you want to stay here and finish module 1 and do SAM 1, SAM 2 here and ask me all the questions you need, and I'll help you submit and correct and whatever. Let's use that time for this today. And then next week we'll do the MLA formatting. All right. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and make that same change I made to this assignment to the other assignments. So each time you need to access them, I won't have you will find the assignments set up. And I might have to,
What's MLA?
that's module 2, but we'll do that next week. Now, warning, next week, you won't have the exam due, but you'll have, next week you just have the 2 SAMs that we might even do today. But from now on, you will have textbook and 2 SAMs due every single week. So if this was too much, prepare your week for it, right? Like, be aware that you need quite a few hours to complete the textbook project always. And then you'll see today that the SAMs are much faster. if you understood it, but if you barely understood it, then to do the SAMs, you'll have to go and consult the book. And how did you do, coloring a paragraph? Oh, that's how you do it. So then you go and do it. So it's kind of like a back and forth. All right, so Gregory, Lydiana, Paola, and Susanna. Do you guys want to stay you're welcome to stay working here, and when you hit a snag, ask me, or if you're having issues with the submissions and not getting the correction, use me. That's what we're gonna do today. I really need
Okay.
you guys to get the first checkbook project to Sam submitted so that I know that you understand how to do that whole process.
Perfect.
After that, we
Okay.
can kind of keep jumping into everything. All
Thank
right,
you very much. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. So if you want to leave because you're doing it on your own, go for it, but then I wouldn't be there to help you with the reports, right? So I would recommend staying around and getting I'm looking right now at your submissions because maybe some of you submitted stuff between 4:30 and 5:30 when I was going between classes. And all right, so I'm looking over here. And yeah, some of you haven't submitted at all. Is that? Okay. Why wouldn't some of you have submitted at all? If anyone here has to talk with me in private, we can go to a breakout room. We can talk to see what's happening because there's 2 of you who haven't even submitted. And there's 2 of you who could do better as far as resubmitting. And then some of you are totally set. You got your 10 points. Then work on your SAM projects. Okay. All right. So call me whenever you need me. Everyone who's here in person, when you need me to come and help, grab the little help, the red help thing. Let me show you again. Guys, here, Rudy, Elvira, Christina, if you need me to come over, just do that. And so I'll see it, and whoever sets it up first, I'll go to them. Okay. And then meanwhile, keep doing the stuff. And I don't know why my word is crashed.
You try like hard restart.
Yeah, the problem is that I have to close Zoom to do that.
That's okay. Then we'll just all log in again.
Yeah, that might need to be what has to happen.
Okay.
So, Susanna, Gregory, Lydiana, and Paola, I'm gonna end the Zoom I'm gonna have to restart because I'm totally stuck here with Word and I can't help you if I can't make mine Word. So give me like 3 minutes or whatever time it takes to reset this, maybe 5 minutes, and then check in again, okay? I'll let
Okay.
you into the class again. Okay. See you guys in 3 minutes.